Welcome to this YouTube tutorial. Today we are going to solve a problem in physics and the topic is wave. As seen on your screen, given the progressive wave equation, y is equal to 0.2 sine 200 pi t plus pi x over 10, and we are asked to determine the amplitude, the frequency, the wavelength, the period, and the wave speed. Now, before we solve this problem, here are some formulas you have to have in mind. The first one is the general wave equation given by y is equal to a sine 2 pi dt over wavelength minus 2 pi x over wavelength or lambda. Also, here are some other formulas that you may need while solving a problem like this. The first one is v is equal to f lambda. F is the frequency, and angular velocity is equal to 2 pi frequency. And equation 3, f is the reciprocal of period. And equation 4, we can also have our lambda to be 2 pi over period. Why? Because if you replace frequency here with 1 over t rather, you are going to arrive at omega is equal to 2 pi over t. And the last but not the least here is t is equal to 1 over f, or period is equal to 1 over frequency. They are reciprocal of each other. Now, let's try to solve this problem. Before we proceed, I will also like to tell you that the basic approach to problem like this is basically comparison. What I mean is, we are comparing the given formula or the given equation. We are comparing it with the general equation here. Now, I will bring down the given equation. Y is equal to 0.2 sine bracket 200 pi t plus pi x over 10. This is the given equation. And from the general equation now, we have y is equal to a sine bracket 2 pi dt over lambda minus 2 pi x over lambda. Just like I have said, the basic principle here is just to compare the given equation with the general equation. Now, by comparison, the coefficient of sine here in the given equation is 0.2, while the coefficient of sine in our general equation is a. We can then conclude that a is equal to 0.2. Therefore, our amplitude is 0.2, and the unit for amplitude is meter. Now we can proceed to finding the frequency. Now, how do you find your frequency? Let me give you the formula that I usually apply while solving problem like this. We have two terms, term t and term x. And here you can see your t, here you can see your x in the given equation. Also in the general equation, you can see t here, you can see x here. So basically we are having two terms, the term t and the term x, which will be separated by either negative sign or positive sign. But here we are not taking into consideration the sign that is separating them. We are only considering the terms. Is it t term or x term? And what we are doing is we are comparing the t term. These are the t terms in a given equation with the t terms in our general equation. Now, if we equal this to each other, we can actually find out some of our unknown values here. Just as we compare this with this, we said a is equal to 0.2. Also, 200 pi t here is equal to 200 pi dt over lambda here. We equal them to each other. And now we can cancel out some terms. T, we also cancel t out. So we are left with 200 is equal to 2v, this v, over lambda. We can only check, we can only find a value from a given equation. Therefore, this our equation is not enough to give us our solution. Now, if you look here, you will see that V is given by frequency times lambda. We can therefore replace V with x lambda, f lambda. And if you do that, we have 200 is equal to 2V is now f lambda over lambda. And you can see lambda will cancel out lambda. So we are left with 200 is equal to 2f. We can take that to the other side and bring this to the other side. 2f is equal to what? 200. If we divide both sides by 2, we are going to arrive at frequency is equal to 100, and the unit for frequency is hertz. So we have successfully determined our frequency. Therefore, our frequency here, our amplitude, don't forget, 0.2 meter, and our frequency now is 100 hertz. Next, we are asked to find the wavelength, and the unit, the symbol for wavelength is lambda, right? It's lambda. And if you look at the expression we are having here, we are having V is equal to F times lambda, right? So I'm going to write it out again. V is equal to F times lambda. Since we have determined our frequency now, we can find our lambda, but we don't have our velocity yet. Therefore, we are going to compare the other side, the other term x. Don't forget, I call this term t because it is dominated by t, the t. Because sometimes the examiners or the author might interchange the position of these terms. T term can actually be placed here, while x term can be placed here. So you are not to bother about that. What you need to do is just compare the terms, t with t and x with x. Also, now let's compare the x term. What are the x term here? That is pi x over 10 equal to the x term here, 2 pi x over lambda. Okay, we can now cancel out some term, pi and x, we are left with 1 here. 1 over 10 is equal to 2 over lambda. And if we cross multiply, we are having lambda is equal to 20, and the unit for lambda, which is wavelength, is meter, because wavelength is the distance between two successive crests or two successive troughs on a wave. So we have determined our wavelength now to be 20 meter. Now to the period. According to the formula given here, period is the reciprocal of frequency, or frequency is the reciprocal of period. We have t is equal to 1 over f, right? And we have, since we have determined our frequency here, we can actually replace it. So t will be 1 over f, which is 100, and we will arrive at 0.01 second. Second is the unit of period. Now we have also determined our period to be 0.01 second. Now to the wave speed, which is given by, don't forget, wave speed is given by frequency times lambda. Wave speed is equal to frequency times lambda. And since we have determined our frequency to be 100 and our lambda to be 20, now we just perform the multiplication. Frequency 100 times the lambda, which is 20, and 100 times 20 will give us 2000. The unit for velocity or wave speed is meter per second, and that is it. So our answer here will be 2000 meter per second. And that is all. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can use the comment section below to drop whatever information you have for us. Thank you.